Ladies and gentlemen, there's Anita.
Hi, good morning. Do you guys know what this is? It's an oxygen sensor found in every single vehicle. And if you were caught in any of the floodwaters yesterday, if you drove through any of that rainwater yesterday, this little piece of equipment, if you want to call it that, could have been compromised. We're going to talk about flooding out your car, what you can and should do coming up.
One of the most dramatic things we saw yesterday as part of that massive storm, drivers stuck, water up to their windows here on the I-10 around 43rd Avenue. You can see it looked more like a big lake than a freeway.
Well, it was really. It was a record day of rainfall. Some parts of the valley got over 5 inches. The airport about 3 and something. So these drivers now having to deal with getting their cars to the shop. Not an easy fix. I'm just wondering if any of them are going to drive at all.
I can't imagine this being a cheap fix by any means. Is there any hope for those cars? Are they totaled? Anita
is our resident mechanic.
Of course. So that's why she's on this story. She's joining us live this morning from High Tech Car Care in Phoenix. Hi, Anita.
Hey, good news and bad news. Some of the cars actually might be fine, while others might need thousands of dollars in repairs. You guys are talking about weather. I can tell you this, when it rains like it did yesterday and there's standing water, don't drive through it. On my way to work yesterday, I came upon a couple of inches of water on Cactus. I didn't see it because it was so dark, but I could just feel my car. I could just feel the engine just getting ready to stall out. At least I thought. And that really scared me. And so we saw a lot of that happening yesterday. It didn't matter if you were stuck on the I-10 in that 2 or so feet of water out there that overcame all of the cars sitting in traffic. Jim here tells us that even just a couple of inches of water can damage the car. We're at High Tech Auto Care, 24th Avenue and 24th Street in Thomas. You guys, I'm very sorry. Terrible with directions. How many cars are you guys seeing? How many questions are you getting about this?
Most people are just getting nervous about it, but this vehicle behind us was towed in yesterday. It developed a drivability issue after going through water. It started bucking and surging and the check engine light came on.
So we were talking about how quickly you need to get your car in to get it checked out if you're seeing issues. Don't wait a couple of days.
Yeah, you want to do it right away because the water in somewhere, a lot of the time we can get it out and the component will be okay. Especially if you have water in the interior. We want to get the seats out, strip the interior, and let the vehicle dry all the way out as soon as possible.
So give us the best possible scenario and give us the worst possible scenario when it comes to flooding.
Well, most of the time if you drive through water that's less than halfway up your wheel, you're going to be okay. You're not going to have any problems whatsoever. Then there will be some things where it just seems different to you. It sounds different, it feels different, in which case take it to an automotive professional and have us check it out for you. But most of the time, if it's a big problem, it'll happen right away. After you go through the water, the situation will become evident immediately.
We had a couple of dozen cars on the I-10 yesterday, stranded in that flooded water for at least 5 hours. Is there hope for a car that was in that situation?
Sure. Generally, we can get them in. We can strip the interior. We can take the seats out, let the vehicle dry out, and then we'll assess the situation. As long as they didn't get water into their engine and there was a situation with like hydrolock, you're probably going to be okay. It's not going to be a huge investment, and usually your insurance will cover it.
And water in the engine could cost thousands of dollars.
Correct.
Okay. And really quick, we talked about this in the tease. This is the key component here that is in question when it comes to flooding.
Well, this is what happened to this vehicle. It's not like all vehicles this way you have to worry about, but what happened on this one is the seal on the connector failed, so water got in the connector and it shorted it out.
And this is an oxygen sensor.
This is an oxygen.
And so would someone who's driving their vehicle see anything light up on the dashboard or know why?
Check engine light will usually come on.
Fantastic. Thanks for all the information. And again, check with your insurance company about coverage, because comprehensive coverage usually will take care of flooding. But you know, that could be different with different coverage plans and different companies as well. But Jim here says that it could be just a couple of inches water that could cause some problems. And even if your vehicle was standing in a couple of feet, you might be able to save it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Alrighty.
better get it checked out.
Yeah, I'm just worried about the interior. That'll stink
The
forever.
smell, I know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anita.